You guys are out of business.
I'm from South Carolina.
This guy's a great guy.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you, sir.
Guy.
Let me ask you something.
Let's go fast.
I know. You put Ted Cruz in this place when it came to his criticism of New York. I mean,
I
think
like this.
You rendered him speechless, actually. Just tell us a little bit about that exchange.
Well, I don't like people when they insult New York. New York's gone through so much with the World Trade Center, death, and two massive, 110-story buildings falling down. And we took the hit for the nation. The worst attack in the history of our nation. Remember that, Pearl Harbor was there, but Pearl Harbor, at least it was on military. This was against people having breakfast and people in office buildings. And New York did an amazing job. And I was there for the death. That was tremendous death, and even the smell of death. And they rebuilt, and they did an incredible job. And I don't think anybody should be attacking 20 million people, especially after the job they did. And it's interesting, they're respected all over the world now. Everybody respects New York because of what happened with the World Trade Center.
I asked Eric tonight whether or not there was an off-the-cuff remark you made about just turning over the keys to the business to your children if you get the job. Have you discussed this with them?
Well, we built a great company, and I would have total confidence in my children. And we have some great executives, but I would have total confidence in them because all I want to do is make America great again. I won't care for my company. It's a great company. It's going to do fine. But I just want to focus right here and make America great again.
Why keep calling Bush weak?
If you win the nomination.
Why do you keep calling Bush weak?
Mr. Nice guy. I think he's a little weak, isn't he?
Mr. Trump, how would you respond to the people that say that you might
Trump,
be
your
a
son
Muslim?
says he believes the moment when you invoked the World Trade Center was your best moment of the debate. That's what Eric told us. Do you agree?
Well, I just thought it was very inappropriate when he hit the World Trade Center and hit New Yorkers, because I think of now New York, what the job they did, New Yorkers did. You're talking about 20 million people, and the job they did on the World Trade Center, very few people could have done it. And I saw the death, I saw the destruction, and we took a hit for the nation. We took really a hit for the nation. Worse even, if you think, than Pearl Harbor, because Pearl Harbor at least was against the military. And I thought it was very inappropriate when he insulted 20 million people like that. And in addition to that, William F. Buckley is a very conservative. He's the king of what we're talking about. And of course, you could even say Fox News is in New York. But no, I think he made a big mistake. And I think you saw that by the standing ovation from the audience. People love New York because of what happened with the World Trade Center and how they handled it in terms of courage and bravery.
Other than you, who else did well tonight?
I think a number of them. I thought Kasich did very well. I thought Rubio did well. I thought Chris Christie did well.
So which
But
one
I do say this: every online poll has Trump winning, so that's all.
Which one do you like for a running mate of the ones you thought did well then?
I thought Carson did very well.
You mentioned
like
guys
him
who
for
are
a
running
running
right
mate?
up there, trying to make a name for themselves in New Hampshire. You're focused on Iowa right now, but New Hampshire's right around the corner. Who do you see as your biggest threat in New Hampshire?
I don't see a threat. I have a huge lead in New Hampshire. I mean, we're, I have like a double-digit lead in New Hampshire. The people are fantastic. And right now I'm going to Iowa, where I have a lead, as you know. And I think we're going to do very well there.
Yep.
In New Hampshire, I have a double-digit lead. In South Carolina, we have a double-digit lead. And, we're doing well. And every single national poll, we have a double-digit lead.
A lot of folks have asked questions for you, Mr. Trump, about your ground game in Iowa, about how organized you are.
Well,
Whether these people will
we're going
turn
to have
out.
to see. I mean, we're going to have to see. I think we have a very good ground game there, but we're going to have to see. I mean, we're going to know on February 2nd, right? We're going to know at the end of February 1st, actually, if you think about it. But we'll know by February 2nd, and I'll find out whether or not my guys are good or not. But generally speaking, I've always had good ground game.
You got 2.5 weeks to go before Iowa. You've been out at rallies and events almost every day.
I'm going to be back here in 2 weeks. We're filling this whole stadium.
What's next?
We're not
for you?
doing a halfer. We're going to do the whole stadium.
How are you doing these next 2 weeks? What are you doing? What can we expect to see from you?
Well, I'm leaving
strategy-wise?
right now for Iowa. Then I'm going to New Hampshire. Then I'm going to South Carolina. Then back to Iowa. Then to Florida. Then to Virginia. I'm all over the place, but I'm loving
Are you
it.
tired?
No, I don't get tired. It's lucky, right? High energy.
Excuse me,
Very high energy.
Did you think that Senator Cruz got too personal? What did you say?
What do you think about it? Look at this.
And hey, Chris, if you have me. Oh, hang on.
See, I like that. I
late.
like
It's
that
12:30.
question.
What
You
was
know
the
what?
question? I couldn't hear it.
I like that question.
So,
Come on.
What
Come
was
here.
it? I can't hear. Sorry, guys. Excuse me.
He said, I'm a phenomenon.
Yes, that's what they're saying. You are.
Okay.
What do you
I was
think
going to
about
pass
it?
him when I heard the question.
You can see it. You are making the news in. It's the most famous newspaper in France.
It's a great newspaper.
What do you
France
think about
is a great
that?
Where does it say
You are.
phenomena?
What do you
does it
think
say?
about it? Well, they say that
You're the quintessential of America. What is America is you, actually?
It's good. It takes a cameraman to give me the information, right? See that? My cameraman is smart. I'm honored by that. It's a great newspaper, by the way. Great newspaper.
And they say also that you are a showman in politics, that you are not a politician.
I think I'm somebody that knows how to get things done. I know how to make money, and we have to do that. I have a great business. We have a country that's 19 trillion in debt. It's going to be 21 with that horrible budget deal they just made. I'm somebody that's always made a lot of money, and I'm going to take that, whatever that ability is, and we're going to put it into the United States, and we're going to pay off all of her debt.
One more for Mr. Trump. Will we continue to hear these eligibility questions from you against Senator Cruz, or are you going to let that go?
Well, I only respond if you ask. I don't bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up.
You bring it up at rallies.
The people bring it up. They always want to know about it. The people bring it up. But I'm not going to bring a lawsuit. But the Democrats are going to bring a lawsuit because they have a good case. So if they're going to bring a lawsuit, you got to make sure that if you're going to have a nominee, or if you're going to have even as a vice president, if you're going to pick him as you got to make sure he can run. There's a real question because of the fact that he was born in Canada and was a citizen. There's a real question. Now, if you look at Lawrence Tribe of Harvard, if you look at a number of major...
Somebody who Ted Cruz says is a Clinton
supporter,
but
you have
supports
so
the
many.
Democrats.
Who cares? Probably Clinton would like to have him because, I'm the one that's going to beat Clinton. And everybody knows it. Look, I'm the one person, and all the polls, the last number of polls have me beating her easily. I'm the one person that Hillary Clinton does not want to run against. I think you saw that last week.
Mr. Trump, how did the Wharton School, Mr. Trump?
Hey guys, I'm going to back out here for a hit here.
Okay, we'll get Hallie in front of the camera.
This is not going to end well for me here.
Miller?
Hey, Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump, given your willingness to engage us militarily overseas, how would you care for our veterans?
What's that?
Now we have 11 pictures.
How do you think it went?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How do you think it went tonight?
Well, I think great. Everyone said I won. Every online poll has me winning, from Drudge to Time to everybody, and so I'm very happy.
Do you see Ted Cruz as your biggest competition right now?
No, not really. I mean, we're going to see what happens, but certainly I don't see him as my biggest competition. I see him as competition. Certainly he's competition, and others are competition. All smart people up there.
Were you surprised at the way he turned the whole birther issue around and asked about your heritage?
And I think he made a mistake because, first of all, he insulted 20 million New Yorkers. I think he made a lot of mistakes tonight. I think it was maybe not a good performance, but we're going to have to see. But as far as his whole birthright and all, which is a very, very big problem, and I've been watching your reporting on it. You have a lot of lawyers that are saying that he better get himself checked out because he's got a problem. I'm not bringing a lawsuit, but the Democrats will definitely bring a lawsuit. And if there's a 5% chance, or even less than that he could lose, it's a problem. How do you pick a nominee that in a year from now doesn't have the right to run?
What about what Ted Cruz has said, which is you didn't bring this up until recently?
Because it didn't make any difference to me. I don't care. First of all, I didn't bring it up, Dana. I wasn't the one that brought it up. The Washington Post asked me a question, one of 20. And there was a question. I gave him an answer. I said, you have to be sure. I'm not sure.
That is true, but now you talk about it at pretty much every stop.
Excuse me, you asked me. I didn't bring it up.
No. I've been to your rallies when you're talking about it.
I didn't bring it up, and I didn't bring it up over there either because it was brought up by, I guess, Neil.
How do you think that the New York thing is going to play? I mean, obviously, people in New York...
I think he made a terrible statement when he insulted 20 million people. I was there during this death and destruction. The World Trade Center came down, 2 110-story buildings, and I was there, and New Yorkers were the bravest people that I and many others have ever seen. I was down there the day after, and I want to tell you, I've never seen a sight like it in my life. Thousands of people killed, 2 massive buildings down, and the way New York came back from that and rebuilt and did it with grace, I mean with just absolute grace. You can't make a comment like that about New York. And the whole world was watching. Your viewers were all watching, but the whole world was watching. And I thought it was just an amazing thing. It was the greatest attack in the history of our nation, greater than Pearl Harbor, because at least there they attacked the military. Here they attacked civilians in a building. And I think it was a terrible thing to insult 20 million New Yorkers.
So what do you
On
think
the
that says
question
about Senator Cruz?
his loan that he got from his wife's bank, Goldman Sachs. Do you think it's a non-issue, as he's saying, because it was the New York Times who first reported it?
Well, you're going to have to figure that one out. That's a different issue. I mean, that's something that's very easy. I mean, they're not making it a non-issue. He's had $1 million. He got it from Goldman Sachs. Don't forget, Goldman Sachs loaned him money. When Goldman Sachs asks for a favor, do you think possibly he's going to do it for him? I think so. So that's a problem right there. That's why I'm self-funding. I'm putting up my own. I'm not borrowing any money from Goldman Sachs. I put up my own money. But if you think about it, Goldman Sachs, huh? Oh, look, is it you, Jonathan? I'll put up a lot. I'll be putting up probably $30-40 million before the primaries are over.
So far, you think?
Probably 6, 8. Yeah, we just bought about $6 million worth of ads.
That was your money?
All mine, 100%.
If 30 or 40 is what you expect,
I
what's
would
the
say
ceiling?
35.
What's
Well, I
the
will tell
ceiling?
you this: we're 35 million under budget because I thought by probably January 1st we'd be in for $35 million, maybe even a little bit more, and I spent literally nothing. So I'm 35 million under budget. We just bought a lot of ads. We went out to all the 3 states, primarily the 3 states. We bought a lot of ads, and we're going to be doing that for about 5 or 6 weeks.
If you take it the whole way, you could have the potential to need to spend more than that. What's your ceiling?
Oh, I'll spend more than that. I have unlimited. I have a lot. I have unlimited.
Will you attack Cruz on TV? You attack Cruz on yourself.
Attack him where?
On TV.
What do you mean?
TV ads. Will you put TV ads up?
No,
to
I don't think
attack
so.
them?
I don't think there's any.
Mr. Trump, the Cruz campaign just said tonight after the debate that it was, quote, an act of desperation that you brought up 9/11.
No, just so you understand, every single online poll, Drudge, Times, every single, has me winning the debate. And I didn't bring it up. The announcers brought it. I think it was brought up by who, Neil or Maria?
But you're bringing up 9/11 in response to it. They say that that's an act of desperation.
No. It was very bad taste. When he attacks New York and he attacks New Yorkers in light of what they did and the way they've suffered, I thought it was very disgraceful. And so do a lot of other people.
Thank you for stopping.
Thanks, Don. Jonathan. Yes, sir. Treat me fairly for a change. Treat me fairly, Jonathan.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.